Hello everyone. Assalamu alaikum. Namaste. Sat Sri Akal. This is Ali from Khammam city of Telangana state, and in this video we will discuss how to do all key programming or add key programming for for Honda BRV 2018 model with the help of Obdstar KMD DP5. So for this vehicle, to do all class key programming, we have to use ID46 normal, whose KM number is 021 hash or 1050 hash. We can also use super chip, which is generated as ID46 blank. So in this Honda BRV 2018 vehicle, I am doing add key programming via OBD. Why? Because in this vehicle sometimes the copy chip will not work properly. That's why I am doing add key programming with the via OBD with the help of KMD DP5 by using ID46 blank. So this is the original sensor key in which we have ID46, and I am switch ignition on with the original key. Then we will do add key programming. Now this is the desktop of DP5. Now go for agree, then select car remo, then go for Honda option. We have to select Honda Acura, and now select the latest version. VCI is upgrading. Then we got two options, that is Acura and Honda. Then select Honda. Our vehicle is Honda vehicle, that's why select Honda. Then press enter. In this menu we got auto detect model, auto detect type, manual select model, manual select system. So out of these options, just go for manual select model. Now we got Africa, Asia, Australia, Brazil, Canada, and Europe, India, Japan. So go for India option. And now here we got Accord, Amaze, Brio, City, Civic, and then CRV, Jazz, Mobilio, but we are not getting BRV. So our vehicle is BRV vehicle. First of all, we will try in Amaze option. And here we got Blade, and here we got 2013 to 2018. So our vehicle is 2018 vehicle, that's why this option will be suitable for our vehicle. That's why we will do our key programming this 2013 2018 option. Press enter. Now we got two options, that is add key and all key lost. So we are doing add key, that's why go for add key option. If we do all key lost key programming, then go for all keys lost option. Right now we are doing add key, that's why we are selecting add key option and press enter. Now the tool says switch ignition off. Now switch ignition off, then press enter. Now the tool says switch ignition on, press enter to continue. Okay, now switch ignition on, then press enter. Now the tool is communicating. Now the tool says switch ignition off, again switch ignition off. Now again turn on the ignition with the original key. So with the original key we have to turn on the ignition for adding key. Now switch ignition on with the original key and press enter. Turn on the ignition with the original key. Okay, we are doing that one only. And now the tool is communicating. Switch ignition off. The tool says switch ignition off. Okay, we will do switch ignition off. Now within 15 seconds insert the new key and turn on the ignition. So within 15 seconds we have to turn on the ignition with our new key, then press enter. So now again the tool says switch ignition off. Okay, turn off the ignition. Then the tool says turn on the ignition. Now turn on the ignition, and now switch ignition off, turn off the ignition. Now again turn on the ignition, Now the tool is communicating. Here the tool asks for whether immobilizer light is extinguished. That means whether the immobilizer light is gone or not. So in our vehicle, our immobilizer light is gone. If it is gone, then press enter. If it is not gone, that means the check light is blinking, then press the escape. Then our programming will be failed. So here our security light, our immobilizer light is gone. That's why I'm pressing enter. Now the tool says switch ignition off. Turn off the ignition, then turn on the ignition. Now program success. So we successfully programmed the second key for Honda BRV 2018 model with the help of Obdstar KMD DP5, in which we used ID46 blank whose KMD number is 021 hash or 1050 hash. Now to program the remote, we have to generate the remote as Amaze Brio 433 frequency by using the wire remote. For this particular BRV vehicle, we have to program the remote manually, just like as close all the doors, then lock the door latch manually like this, and now turn on the ignition with any valid key, then press the lock button of the remote. Press the lock button of the remote, and now switch ignition off and on. Turn on the ignition. Now again press the lock button of the remote. Now turn off the ignition slowly and turn it on. Now press the lock button. This is the third time. Now again turn off the ignition, then turn on the ignition, press the lock button. This is the fourth time. Now fifth time. Turn off the ignition, then turn on the ignition. Press the lock button, then the guns back. Now again press any button of the remote, then now turn off the ignition. Now check it out. Lock, unlock, lock, unlock, and here check it out, indicators will be flashed, lock and unlock. So successfully programmed the remote manually.